All right, joining us right now via the telephono, Bill Murphy of conservativesofamerica.com. And you've heard Jamie and I talk about this website. And I hope that you have become the very first ground level members of this, because it keeps, there's so many more things that I know that Bill has planned. And this website is so cool. And Bill, before we even get into anything, I just want to say thank you for stepping up and putting together something that so very badly needed to be done.
Well, thank you, Dana. I appreciate your kind accolades there. But there was a lot of people that have been involved in this on my team, if you will. But we're just following in your footsteps and the footsteps of the great people who have stepped up before us here, especially at the tea parties and these town hall rallies, and they've inspired a whole another following, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been a key to our own motivation to get this thing going.
Yeah. And one of the things that I really like about this is that it is, I mean, basically it's an umbrella to underneath house all of the conservative groups that have been working so tirelessly this past year to try to stop a lot of the socialist legislation that's been coming down the pike, to really just maintain liberty and be sort of like the new Minutemen. And there hasn't been, aside from people just setting up random email distribution lists and all of this other stuff, there really hasn't been any kind of virtual home for conservatives online until this website came about. And it really is the conservative answer to MoveOn.org. And that's, it's a great, how long did you have this idea before you decided to kick it into effect?
Well, it's sort of a culmination of a lot of things that have happened in the last year. Each one, like a lot of people out there, as these things unfolded with stimulus, all these stimulus packages, rather than, a lot of us would just holler at the TV. I don't know about you, but quite frustrating. And we saw evidence of that at some of the town hall rallies. People just, they don't know what to do. They're besides themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, it was triggered at the end of all that by what was going on in the administration, and when this, as you call, faux care, when it was first unfolding, the administration wanted people to turn in names, email lists of people that disagreed with what was going on, and,
mm-hmm.
and that just raised the hair on the back of my neck, and I said, that's enough. We need to do something. We need to stand up, and it is time to be counted.
Yeah. And you're a business guy that was like, you know what, this really needs to be done, and I'm going to step up to do it.
Yeah, I think my observation was this, in looking at all the things that were going on with the town halls and the tea parties, is that they were a very passionate group of people, but it was a loose-knit collection of individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And they were even labeled as a mob. Well, if you looked at how they showed up and what they were wearing, and well, sure, they weren't organized. It was just people who were passionate about what they felt, and they were trying to do their best to turn this country around and protect their children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
But they lack, and that's where we wanted to step up. We feel very strongly, and what we're trying to do is not just create a virtual website, and that's the tool to unite conservatives here, but Conservatives of America is going to become the brand and identity of Conservative Nation. We are going to create a team that's going to unify this movement. And a team, we wanted a big enough name, and that was part of this, that it had to be big enough to bring in all these people from across the country and who are so critical to what we're doing. But they have to be united, and the team has to have a name. We wanted a big enough name that they could be a part of it. And the other part of it is we wanted, in order to have a team, you have to have a look and feel of the team. All the championship teams, from the New York Yankees to the St. Louis Cardinals, well, they have a look and feel of the team. Well, we're going to brand that team, and we're going to provide our team a uniform, if you will, that's going to identify the brand. And we are going to exist for a common purpose that is meaningful, and that is to take back this country.
Absolutely. And I love all the features of the website, because a lot of people, they want to put their opinions out on the internet, but it can be a very big kind of scary place if you're not used to being out there daily, and if you're not used to sort of the brazen political back and forthness that can happen. And I know a lot of people, they really want to do this, but they're kind of they're just a little bit hesitant about it. And what I like about this website is that it offers a safe place for people to do that, as well as just being able to connect with other people nationally and in their own area. And there's a ton of updates that that I know that you're gonna be rolling out with. I mean, we're gonna be having a small business directory. There's all kinds of stuff, but people can sign up. It's $25 to join, and which I think really is just like a pittance compared to all of the resources that I've seen your web team, right. Considering the amount of resource that you have dropped into this website, just all of your own accord. I think that's like a drop in the bucket, really. People can join $25. There's a T-shirt, you get a bumper sticker, all of this, but more importantly, it's a safe access to a host of conservatives all across the nation. And a virtual home. And you're basically offering people tools to be able to better organize, to stay in touch, and do it where they're not going to be exposed really to a lot of the leftist hate. Because, it's hard. If it's not something that you're used to getting, I know it can be a little eye-opening for some people.
Sure.
Definitely. But I know I have a post up there. Jamie has written up there as well. And it's also really cool because other people can contribute and their posts can hit the main page. And it's just, it's a really great community, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. And I'm so glad that you decided to get crazy and do something like this, because I know it's probably very, very overwhelming, and there's a reason that no one has up until this point done it.
Well, it is a challenge, that's for sure, and we couldn't have done it without great talented people that have participated in it. So, but in terms of and I would encourage people to check the website out. We wanted to keep the price $25. I've had people say, well, why don't you take donations? Why don't you? We are a business, and this is a for-profit business, and it's important for me and the country, because I think what's being done today, capitalism has become a dirty word.
Yeah, but, we're conservatives. We embrace capitalism. That's what we do.
And so I think it's poetic justice that hopefully with what we're doing, that can come back and give these people a voice. But I will say this, that we wanted to keep the cost at $25. We could have taken donations from companies to do this. But then we would be accused of representing big business or whatnot.
Exactly.
I don't want that. I want individuals, and we want the count. And part of, if you have a lot of extra money, and I said this on the radio before, donate it to a charity, please. Do something worthwhile with your money, whether it's Habitat for Humanity or Make-A-Wish Foundation or Salvation Army or Red Cross. There's so many great organizations out there that you can contribute money to. What we need is you to join. We need you to stand up. There's a counter on the website, and that's the whole thing that makes this, the second part of this is not just having a team, it's the count, because the count is going to be our mechanism for us to be able to represent you and let these politicians know that we're coming, and we're watching them, and we're going to take action, and we're going to get back to you, our members, in terms of how they vote.
Absolutely. And people will be able to get congressional updates, and there's going to be action items, so that if there's an action item that needs to be taken care of, if it's a federal or state, you're going to be able to access activists to be able to do that either nationally or locally, which is very cool too.
Right.
Well, fantastic. Bill Murphy, conservativesofamerica.com. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it.
Well, Dana, thank you again for everything.
Well, of course. We'll be talking to you again soon.